Listen, look, I'm a London scammer. I see it, I want it, I click it. Nights in the bando, pirates whipping. Next day, man, started clicking.
Yo, this is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And our sponsors are Alpha Claims and Hire Birmingham, the leading and best accident management company. Get a replacement car anywhere in 1 hour. I really appreciate you joining me again today, and this story, I've been meaning to cover it for a while, but due to the fact that I don't interfere with any cases, I try to avoid any stories before they've actually got a case. And we definitely don't incriminate people before they've been convicted, unless it's a crime against women or children. So everyone has seen on TikTok the new craze of fraudsters documenting their day-to-day activities, and of course this has got the interest of some BBC journalists at Panorama, and they've done an in-depth what they called an expose, but I don't understand what they're exposing when these fraud boys document what they're doing online and get thousands and thousands of followers and likes. So it's not hidden, it's just that it wasn't documented in their field. On the website they say that you'd think scammers and their illegal products would be hard to find, and once upon a time it was hidden in the shadows of the dark web, but not anymore. As part of the BBC Panorama investigation, they discovered just how easy it was to make deals with fraudsters and also purchase fraud guides online. The journalist who did this program said that he unmasked one of them, who was an influencer on social media. They refer to it as clicking due to the fact that you do it all online. And they sell guides that are being traded and known as methods. And they target banks, retailers and government's universal credit systems. But not much has been highlighted about maybe faults in the universal credit system that means this is able to happen. They go on to say in the Panorama documentary that these fraudsters rely heavily on details known as fools and slangs. This is the information they need to be able to create accounts or obtain bank details. The program basically consists of this journalist messaging them on social media and getting them to sell them methods or offer to build a fake website and get 4,000 texts with personal details for just over £100. Cyber specialist Jake Moore said, anonymous accounts online are leaving just a small amount of breadcrumbs to investigate them. There is no digital footprint left behind, so to investigate it is nearly impossible. And during the program, one of the people they found was called Tankz, and Tankz is not just a fraudster, but he also raps about it as well. One of his videos on YouTube has got 7.6 million views.
Shit, I bought fools off the dark web, but I got bumped, that shit was dead. Didn't want to take that L, so I took out credit instead.
I was following him to see what would happen in his story before this actually happened, and I'm not sure exactly how many views the BBC are responsible for, but this has definitely projected him to a new level of fame. And the journalist posed as somebody that was interested in learning about fraud and messaged him via Instagram. They bought the guide for £100 and it arrived in a link via social media with 43 files to download via a cloud storage system. The files were filled with detailed techniques on how to exploit online retailers. They also directed would-be criminals to websites where they can buy details and information of other people. The aim of the program was to basically find out who this fraudster was, and Panorama analysed Tank's social media and realised that he gave away a few details. They noted that he referenced North London's Wembley as his local area and a mention of studying economics and finance at university. And they also got a glimpse of his car number plate. One clip in his posts also featured a distinctive black and grey carpet, and they was able to match it via a website advertising student accommodation in the Wembley area. They went to the block and spotted the car and waited for him, and they saw a man approach it in a tracksuit, and they believed that this man is Tankz. They go on to say that his social medias were anonymous, but they discovered that his music was listed on Apple Music, and one of his tracks was copyrighted not in the name of Tankz, but in his real name, Luke Joseph. They then went on to discover Tankz's official email address with reference to the same name, and there was even an eBay account under the name of Tankz where Luke Joseph was the contact address. Finally, they discovered that there was someone of the same name living in a student accommodation in the Wembley area, and they are confident that Tankz is the London student named Luke Joseph. They tried to contact him and didn't get a response, and his TikTok, Instagram and Snapchats were removed by the platforms for a breach of their rights, but they've been active for a long time, so they've only been taken down due to the fact that Panorama has contacted them. Before then, TikTok, and even now, doesn't really care about people documenting fraud, but they will regularly take down my news articles that don't show graphic footage. They then go on to discuss what the government plan to do to reduce this online fraud, and they've introduced a bill called the Online Safety Bill, but they say that it doesn't really cover the fraud aspect and discussing it and educating people on how to commit it. The programme is called Hunting the Social Media Fraudsters, and it's on BBC One, and I think it's on iPlayer now as well. And the journalist that has done this has been going around the radio stations also playing Tankz's music, and I think that he thought that this may embarrass him and get him taken down, but in reality what this has actually done is made him more famous.
The time London scammer got played on BBC News.
Under perception that this is cool. For example, this song by a scammer about fraud has been viewed 750,000 times on YouTube.
Listen, look, I'm a London scammer. I see it, I want it, I click it, and that's in the bando pirates whipping. Next day, man.
It doesn't stop there. That same scammer is also on another social media platform, and he's been urging his 77,000 followers to make videos to his song for the chance to.
And Tankz also went and made a new TikTok as well, and the video that was played on BBC One Extra actually got 500,000 views on his TikTok, which is I think more than most of his videos have got. And of course you may be thinking that he'd be really upset and sad and distraught about this. That isn't actually the reality. He was actually ecstatic about the amount of increase in his followers and Spotify listeners since this actually went out.
You lot can't put yourself in my position, my shoes, for 1 second, man. Just think about what I'm going through right now, man. Like, London Scammer is getting the most streams it's ever been getting, okay? My monthly listeners on Spotify is as high as it's ever been before, yeah? Everyone's talking about me right now. And you wanna know the worst part about all of this shit, bro? London Scammer remix out now, by the way. The worst part about all of this shit, yeah, is that I'm in Dubai right now. That's the worst part about all of it. I'm in Dubai right now. And I don't drive a £20 Corsa, for your information. While you're out there memeing me, I'm out here living. So keep making the memes, it's actually helping me grow.
But one thing that has come from this is that he is now saying that he's on the run. He posted to his TikTok and he's got 20,000 followers already. And he said that he's in Dubai and he's going to Amsterdam as well. He's been flying around left, right and centre, enjoying life. But at the same time, I'm not sure if this means that he's got some cases pending from the BBC investigation.
Day in the life of a clicker on the run.
Got to start off the day right with the most important meal of the day, and we're going to start the day. Last day, ESB, we're all pets, smoking on my views, and yeah, we're about to head to the airport. If I put it honestly, the only thing that would make me come back to this country would just be for the prosties, I'm not gonna lie. The prosties outside them clubs, oh my days, but if you wanna know the club, I'll plug you. In separate ways. Understand? Champagne settings, you already know. Rooting them, yeah.
The screen next to me was broken, so they had to move my man.
Man's on a fucking Samsung right now. Man's on a Samsung. No cap. I'm using a Samsung right now, bro. And that's when I realized, oh shit, my fucking phone. What the fuck? Oh, it fell from the side. Oh, they told you in Emirates business, they tell you if the phone falls to the side, don't move the seat. Call a flight attendant to come and get the phone. That's what I did. And then they couldn't find the fucking alone.
I know that he did have cases pending before the BBC investigation, so I'm not sure if that is something to do with a previous case or if it's something to do with a new case as well.
Best respect my kicking like Blueface court case, got that shit on the 7th.
I've tried to contact him to get him to discuss what he's able to discuss without incriminating himself any further, but due to the fact that he's heavily documented this on social media, this is public domain information, and this is something that I think people really need to understand as well, is that what you put on these social media apps is public domain information. But if you are making a public speech that you're putting out into the internet, into the ether, then you no longer own the rights to it. You are just speaking to the public, and anyone is in their right to be able to use that, and that is exactly what the BBC has done. In relation to Tankz' music, it's getting bigger and bigger every single day. He's definitely took upon this sort of niche similar to what Frosty did with County Lines, where he's speaking about fraud and Frosty was talking about county lines. And these were topics at the time that were not very well documented. But of course, if the crime that you're committing is based online and then you're rapping about it online, it's going to be easier for the police to try to put a name to a face. So as I said, I've known about this for a while, and only now I feel like nothing can be made worse by talking about this now. And I think there's a lot of lessons to learn from it as well, to ensure that you are careful on social media and you do not incriminate yourself in crimes, because I don't want to see anybody go to prison for something silly. I wouldn't want to see somebody ruin a potential career in the future due to decisions that they've made now. So really appreciate you joining me today. Please don't forget you can get the latest updates on scarcitystudios.com and follow me online as well on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. And I'll be back again very shortly with some more news. Peace.